Exercise 5.5, problem 19, discussion. This is quite an interesting problem. In an isosceles triangle PQR, PQ equal to PR, the base QR lies on the x-axis, P lies on y-axis, and 2x minus 3y plus 9 equal to 0 is the equation of PQ. Find the equation of the straight line along PR. Okay, so it looks a little complicated. Do not worry about it. We will draw the figure. But how do you draw the figure? The QR. So PQR is a triangle, right? So it will have sides PQ, QR and PR. Am I right? And PQ equal to PR and QR lies on the x-axis. So first draw QR and draw an x-axis and y-axis and draw the QR on the x-axis. And P lies on the y-axis. So which means the QR must be equally symmetrical about the y-axis. Okay, so it must be on the x-axis from starting from the or the midpoint of QR must be the origin. Okay, that is how we need to, because P is on the y-axis. Then they say PQ equal to PR, right? And they've given you one equation of the straight line. So let's draw it. So basically the first thing you have to draw your x-axis and y-axis, right? And the P is a point on the y-axis, so mark that point. And then they say QR lies on the x-axis. So QR is on the x-axis. It can be from here to here or here to here and all this kind of things. But how do we fix it? QR lies on the x-axis and they say PQ equal to PR and P is on this. So PQ equal to PR, which means it's an isosceles triangle. So draw with make this origin as a center point and draw this QR. Okay, and now you join your PQ and PR and write the equation of the straight line on this line PQ. You got it? Okay, the key hints are given here. The point P is on the x-axis and QR is on the P is on the y-axis, QR is on the x-axis, which means point Q and R are on the x-axis. When the point P is on the x-axis, y-axis, the coordinates of that is what? Can you guess? It is 0, comma, y. Am I right? Because it's the x value is 0. Similarly, the point Q will be x, comma, 0. Am I right? Because it is on the x-axis. Right. So this is the two hints which is very good for your starting point. So since 0y is the coordinates of P and it is on the straight line, you substitute this point on the straight line because it should prove true. Am I right? This P is also on the straight line. So when you should be able to substitute this value and then get the value of y. So what will happen? X is equal to 0. So this will become 0. Minus 3y plus 9 will be equal to 0, or 3y will be equal to 9 and y will be equal to 3. So this point is 0, 3. Similarly, Q is also on the x-axis, on the line. So this also you should be able to substitute and this line it will be true, right? So 2x minus 3 into y is 0, right? So it will become 3 into 0 is 0. 2x plus 9 will be equal to 0. 2x will be 9 and x will be equal to minus 4.5. So this point will be minus 4.5 comma 0. Now you got these two points. Now we look at the triangle, these two triangles. So this x-axis and y-axis are perpendicular to each other. So this angle is perpendicular. So which means this is perpendicular, means this is also perpendicular. Am I right? Now this side and this side are equal. So which means angle, take this triangle PQR. Okay. So which means this angle will be equal to this angle. Now if you take this, consider, closely observe. So this one angle of this triangle, these two angles are equal. These two angles are equal. Obviously, these two angles will be equal. When, as per your AAA, if two angles are equal, then the two triangles are similar. But these two angles are also equal. And these, so which means what will happen? This side will be equal to this side. That is OQ will be equal to OR. So since OQ is equal to OR, this point is minus 4.50, minus 4.5 comma 0. So this point is also on the x-axis. This will be 4.5 comma 0. Now you have 2.03 and 4.5 comma 0. Use your 2-point form and get the equation of this line PR. Okay, so it looks complicated, but it is not so if we break it. Now let's go through this. So equation of PQ is given, PQ equal to PR is given, QR is on the x-axis and P is on the y-axis is given. We are asked to find the equation of PR. So now what is the formula? We'll have to use the 2-point formula. Y minus y1 will be equal to y2 minus y1, x minus x1 will be divided by x2 minus x1. Okay, first step, let the point P be 0, y, because it is on the y-axis. If it is on the y-axis, the x value will be 0. And Q be on the coordinates of P be x0, because it is on the x-axis. If it is on the x-axis, y value will be 0, right? So this is the point you'll have to. Now we have 2 points. So substitute point P and Q in this equation, because both point P and Q is on this equation, on this line, right? So it should prove this equation. So substitute the coordinates of P and get the value of y. Similarly, substitute the coordinates of Q and get the value of x. Right? That is step 2. Now, get the coordinates of R from point Q. But before that, you'll have to understand that these two triangles are congruent. They are same. If you fold this, triangle based on this axis, it will be exactly same. So you can see this side is common, and this angle and this angle are equal. And being an isosceles triangle, so this side equal to this side, so which means angle opposite to the equal sides are equal. Am I right? So for the triangle PQR, angle Q will be equal to angle R. Now consider this triangle PQO. What will happen? So what will happen? This angle equal to this angle and this angle equal to this angle. So with these two triangles, two angles are equal. These two angles are equal to these two angles. So which means the third angle also will be the same. And you also have this side equal to this side, and this side is common to both. So which means these two triangles are congruent to each other. So which means OQ will be equal to OR. Since OQ is equal to OR and Q and R on the x-axis, what will happen? The distance of Q from O will be the same distance from R from O. So this is minus 4.50. So this will be 4.50. So that is how you will be able to calculate the coordinates of R from point Q. Now you have two coordinates. You have coordinate R and you have coordinate P. So basically you can use your 2-point form of the straight line to calculate the equation of straight line. That's all it is. Okay, so what I suggest is pause the video here and try to work this problem on your own, and on completion please come back and check your working against our solution. Okay, the solution. So let's draw the diagram. So let the coordinates of P be 0 y and the Q be x and 0, because this point is on the y-axis. So if it is on the y-axis, the x coordinate will be 0, and Q is on the x-axis, which means y coordinate will be 0. Right? Now, substituting P, the coordinates of P 0 y in 2x minus 3y plus 9 equal to 0, because point P is on the y-axis, is also on the straight line PQ, right? So what will happen? This will become 2 into x value is 0 minus 3 into y will remain as it is, plus 9 will be equal to 0. So 3y will be equal to 9 or y will be equal to 3. The coordinates of P is 0 and y, so y is 3. Similarly, substitute Q is x0 on the line 2x minus 3y plus 9 equal to 0. So what this equation will become? It will become 2x minus 3 into 0, because y value is 0, plus 9 equal to 0. So 2x will be minus 9. This is 0, right? 2x plus 9 will be 0. 2x will be, this 9 will go to the other side, it will become minus 9. So 2x will be equal to minus 9, or x will be equal to minus 4.5. So the coordinates of Q is minus 4.50. Now, two things we have done. Now we'll have to find the value of R, right? But we know PQ is PR, and we also, as I explained earlier, these two triangles are congruent. Am I right? See, this angle equal to this angle, and if you take the whole triangle, this angle will be equal to this angle. Am I right? Because angle opposite in a triangle, angle opposite to equal sides will be same. So with this angle is opposite to this side and this angle is opposite to this side. So these two sides are equal, which means these two angles, angle Q and angle R, will be equal in triangle PQR. But the same applies for this triangles also, POQ and POR. So these two angles are equal. Okay, right angle, and these two angles are equal. So obviously these two, the one left behind is 180 minus, no, when two angles are equal, the third angle will automatically become equal because the sum of all the three angles is 180 degrees. Am I right? So obviously this two will become equal, and we know this side is common for both and this side is also equal. So these two triangles are congruent, which means OQ will be equal to OR. And what will happen if OQ is OR means, right? Actually, I should write this also. OQ is OR. Okay. So since OQ is OR, what does it mean? The distance of Q from O is also the distance of R from O. This is minus 4.50. So this will become 4.50. So coordinate of the coordinate of R is 4.5, comma 0. You can also write OQ equal to OR. Okay. Because these two triangles are congruent. So this condition leads to this point. So this point leads to this. I missed that step. Okay, please add it in your notebook. Now we have coordinate R and we have Q. So all we need to do is substitute in the 2-point form. Y minus y, there are two is, so it's become ISIS. Y minus y1 by y2 minus y1 equal to x minus x1 by x2 minus x1. So this is x1 y1, this is x2 y2. So substitute that. So it will become y minus y1, y minus 3 by y2 minus y1. y2 is this, right? So y2 minus y1, 0 minus 3 divided by x minus x1. This is x1, 0 divided by x2 minus x1. That is 0 minus 4.5. Sorry, x2 is 4.5, 4.5 minus 0. So what will be this? So this will be y minus 3 divided by minus 3. And this y minus 3 by minus 3, this minus 3 will go to the other side. It will become minus 3x by 4.5. Now if you look at this, 1.5 will go 2 times and 1.5 will go 3 times. So this will be 2y minus 2 by 3x. Now you cross multiply with this and this, right? So 3 into y minus 3 will be equal to minus 2x. So this will be 3y minus 9 equal to minus 2x, or 2x goes to the other side, 2x plus y, 3y minus 9 equal to 0, or the equation of the straight line PR is 2x plus 3y minus 9 equal to 0. Okay, so I hope it's clear, and if not, please go through this one more time, it will become clear. Thanks for watching this video.